This is Crypto G here. How y'all doing? Good to be back with you again. Good to be back spreading a little knowledge. Now, I've been in the crypto game for about 2 years, and I wouldn't say that I've raised a lot of hell in terms of making money or making currency, but I would say that I've learned a lot and had a lot of fun with the new space. And so, from my experiences, I want to pass on a couple of things, and I hope these will be helpful for you. What I would do if I were you is I would go out to an exchange like Coinbase, and I would open me up an account. I would go out also to an exchange like Binance and open me up an account. Now, just like American financial institutions, you're going to have to provide them with all of the information. And some of them may even, since they're online, they may even require, which I think they will as a matter of fact, require you to send a copy of your driver's license front and back. And they're going to do all of the identity. So expect that, right? So anyway, you have you a Coinbase account and you have you a Binance account. And so now take you $50 and buy into this course. And what course is that? It's the cryptocurrency course. And it's an online course that you're taking yourself. Right? It's your $50. It is going to stay your $50. But I want you to take your emotions out of it. In other words, when you decide to invest this $50, look at it as if it's gone. You just paid for a course. So you have you an account in, you have your Coinbase account and you have you a Binance account. And you're going to go into your Coinbase account, and what you'll ultimately do is send money from your fiat account, your dollar account. You'll have to link it up with your Coinbase account. Or you may know another way to get in the game. Somebody may have told you another way. I'm just recommending the normal ways that people, especially Americans, are getting in. Coinbase, and then I'm recommending Binance just to go over an exercise. So you got the $50 in your Coinbase account. Remember, like everything, you're going to have fees. So you've got your money in your Coinbase account. Now, you also have your Binance account set up. You don't have any monies in it. You don't have any cryptos in it. What I would recommend at this point is to buy you a small amount of Bitcoin and to buy you, as a matter of fact, let's not do that. Let's not do that. What I want you to do is buy you a small amount of Litecoin. Take and say $25. Now, Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin, so don't worry about the fork and all of that. But Litecoin is a legitimate coin, and it's accepted everywhere that Bitcoin's accepted. Except when you start looking at Litecoin, Litecoin tends to be faster. It tends to be less expensive as far as the transaction fees, and it's also, like Bitcoin, very secure of a blockchain. So, and anything that I mentioned that's foreign, what I want you to do is you can come to my page or just go out on the web and start Googling any terms, because one of the things I find about a space like this, it's not for the average Joe. You got to be a little bit above the average person to really want to deal with this, right? So the person who's above average, they don't necessarily look for people to spoon feed them every little thing. Some things you got to go out and get information on. Why? We constantly grow as people, right? So no matter what somebody tells you today, you're still going to have to, have some kind of expanded information on it as you go forward. So be the type of person that if someone will give you information, fine. But of course, you're still going to have to verify it anyway. So you also be the type of person who goes out and researches things from other sources, since we're so lucky and we have the internet, right? So it's not like you got to go to the library or something. Right, so you can a lot of times have information available to you within a short amount of time. So here you've got these accounts, and buy you some Litecoin, and take And like, let's say, for instance, you buy $25 worth of Litecoin. Take and send from your Coinbase account to your Binance account. Send $10. Now, the way you do it is just like you would send anything when you think about the concept. If I've got to send something, I'm going to address it and send it to someone. If you think about a letter, right? I'm going to put who it came from, who it's going to, and I'm sending it off. That's what you're doing with crypto, except you're using, well, not except, you're using addresses. But they won't be in the form of zip code and all of this, but it'll be a string of numbers and letters. And you won't be able to write these down, so don't even try it. Normally what you're going to do is copy it, right, into the space that's going to be provided. And you're going to ultimately, where you're going to be sending it to, they'll receive it as that address. But you're going to, let's say, for instance, you're sending it from Coinbase. You're going to see how and it's pretty much user-friendly in terms of that. So you would say that you're wanting to, first of all, from Coinbase, you'll buy your Litecoin, and you'll see it's self-explanatory how you buy your Litecoin. Then you'll have Litecoin in your account, and you'll see how it's very self-explanatory to send the Litecoin. But when you send it, it's going to ask you for an address. So what you will have done is went over to Binance and told Binance that you wanted to receive some Litecoin. And you have to be specific with the coin and with the address. And people are hesitant when it comes to this. And that is, if you hear, and by the way, you may hear my dogs in the background. My puppy, by the way, that's a 6-month-old puppy barking. But anyway, big puppy. But anyway, you have to have the address from Binance. So you'll go out and get an address from Binance where it is going to be coming into your Binance account, your Litecoin. So then at Coinbase, you put in that address. So you go in, you got your address from Binance where you want to send it to. You bring it over here to Coinbase. And this is just a quick synopsis. And as you do it in this course, which is your own course for the $50 that you got here, you will get better and better. So, but the premise of it is you got your address that you're going to send it to. You come over here to Coinbase and you say, hey, I want to send Litecoin. And it won't be in $10. You'll have to put the increments in terms of Litecoin. But it shows you the conversion, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, you send your $10 worth of Litecoin. You'll tell the amount you want to send, and you will put in the address. And so you will send that basically from Coinbase to Binance. And when you do that, you'll see your money go from Coinbase to Binance. And usually, if everything is working right, it won't take very long. You'll see how relatively quick it goes from your Coinbase account to your Binance account. And that's what I want to get accomplished initially, for you to see that. Once you see that, you'll start understanding cryptocurrency. Right? And you'll start understanding what is amazing about cryptocurrency. Because what you're doing is sending a currency from one wallet to another. If you can imagine your physical wallet, right? That's the same thing. Or your physical account from a traditional bank, right? But what is so dynamic now, you got to remember, cryptocurrency is worldwide 24/7. So that same transaction that you did between Coinbase and Binance, that Binance could have represented a person in Africa. In other words, let's say you have a cousin that's in Africa. You can take and send them Litecoin, Bitcoin, whatever currency y'all are dealing with. Remember, there's over 2,000 ecosystems. So whatever currency you happen to be dealing with that's acceptable to where that person is, you can send them that any time of day, and they'll get it just like that, relatively quick, right? Now, you're going to pay a fee, but not the fee that you would pay from your bank or from a Western Union. And notice that it got accomplished without what? A middleman. And this is the pushback against cryptocurrency, because it cuts out the middleman. At 2 o'clock in the morning, you can get up and send someone in Africa Bitcoin. And then they can go to Starbucks in Africa or wherever place that takes Bitcoin and use it just like traditional currency. So imagine the power of that. That's why I want you to open your account and get unattached to it. Don't attach no emotion to it. It's just $50 that you haven't lost it because you're paying for your course to learn. And when you think about it, your money is still there. You haven't given anybody your money. Bitcoin is the cryptocurrency that's closest to mass adoption. Worldwide, someone knows about Bitcoin. More and more American corporations as well as companies around the world accepting Bitcoin. Breaking into the space, Bitcoin is the most recognized cryptocurrency, right? So look at the power you've got. If you can send Bitcoin from your Coinbase, or you can send your Litecoin, it's the same process no matter what coin you're sending. It's where you're sending it to, establishing an address, and sending it to that address. And if you put the right address, it's guaranteed to get there. It's just like a something you mail. Let's say you put $100 into an envelope. You send it off, and then you realize, oh shit, I sent it to the wrong address. You just lost $100 because you sent $100 to the wrong address. That's just you making a mistake. Again, check your addresses when you send it. It's going to ask you, and it's basically say, you sure you want to send Bitcoin? And then at that point, again, unless you got something going on with you, you go, oh, that's not it. Otherwise, if you keep going on, that's just your mistake. So if you're not thinking about losing money because you got your $50 in this course, you're kicking the tires. And that is what I'm urging a new person to do. Don't worry about being scared of this, and get $50, put it in there and start kicking the tires. And you go back out there and you start doing some research. So you see something new, you want to go out and check that out. Use the $50 that's a part of your course. So in other words, you go out onto my page, you come out to another page, you go out to the internet, whatever, you learn something. You say, okay, well now I'm going to go to my Coinbase account or my Binance account and apply what I've learned. And just take a small amount to see how it works. So anyway, there's so much to learn in this, and you continuously learn. The idea is to get your feet in with the $50 that you spend on your own online course. Now, if you're lucky and get in now, the market is going up. So you might see your $50 turn into $100, $150, depending on what you get into. Most of your altcoins are usually the way that a lot of people like to go when they're talking about making a lot of gains. And the reason that is because you can go out and buy an altcoin, for instance, like Digibyte. $50 might buy you, 5,000 of them or something. So once it starts moving, you can double your money just from it going from 1 cent to 2 cents from a 1 cent altcoin. I'll take and put 100 now on this, for instance, this altcoin. You may be able to end up with 10,000 of these altcoins. But anyway, the idea is to get in and start checking things out, start kicking the tires. And you'll find that when you come unattached and you start using logic and using what you've learned as opposed to being fearful and being emotional, I guarantee you that $50 that you invested in your own online course will increase and may be astronomical. But the idea is you got to be in it to win it.